This is just a small demonstration of applying AI tools to the analysis of satellite imagery. In this case, we'd like to be able to load a satellite image to analyze. We'll go for Kakhovka Reservoir in Ukraine, excuse the pronunciation. We'd like to be able to select a region of interest and have the model find similar regions throughout the loaded image. The AI concept behind this is called image segmentation, and as I said, attempts to group together similar regions within an image. For satellite imagery, this can be very useful because similar and related regions can be irregular shapes, difficult to measure. Once we've got that region selected and we know the scale of the satellite image it came from, then we can calculate the area. In this case, satellite image is about 7 kilometers by 7 kilometers, so it makes around about 50 square kilometers in this image. We know the proportion selected there is about 4.42, so it's just over 20 square kilometers selected. Obvious examples in satellite imagery that could be handy here would be, say, calculating the standing water on an ice sheet, floodwater coverage, or things like land usage, forestry versus fields versus infrastructure. To demonstrate that, I've just put together a simple web application that allows you to upload a satellite image, select a region of interest. That region is then sent to a back-end server which houses the segmentation model, which uses the source image and the selected region as a prompt, and returns a mask of probabilities that individual pixels within the source image are related to the area that was selected within the red rectangle there. I've color-coded this mask for diagnostics, then thresholded those values, and that's what's given us the calculation of the area. Another example would be, say we select the water, we expect to get the inverse. Yep. Let's try a different satellite image, say the Perito Moreno Glacier in Argentina. If we were to select the water down here, it's given us an estimate of the water, the meltwater in the image. Let's select a bit of a mixed prompt of some of the mountains there, and it's taken an estimate of all the mountainous regions in the image. Let's try another more complex satellite image. We'll choose one of Dubai. This image is about 1 kilometer by kilometer square. If we choose a section, say the built-up region here, for example, it's selected, made a good estimate of the built-up region in there, and said that's roughly 50%. We could finesse the threshold a little bit there if we wanted to. That's told us that roughly 50% of this square kilometer region of Dubai consists of built-up area. It's also worthwhile noting that traditional photo editing tools have a similar feature to this, often called Magic Select. That normally has a region that starts with as a seed area there and looks for contiguous regions within the image there of similar color and tone. The image segmentation model behind this is doing something a bit more complicated and more flexible in that it's looking at the actual content provided within the prompt, the red rectangle here, and looking for similar content throughout your source satellite image. All the tools, images, libraries, components used in this demo are freely available for personal use without charge and usually open source. There's a list of the main components in the posting below. There are a lot of improvements that could be made to this web application if it would be integrated into a bigger product. The model accuracy, for starters. It's just been based purely on the off-the-shelf weights that originally, I believe, were trained from the COCO dataset. It could definitely be fine-tuned on a lot more satellite imagery and probably give much better results. Ideally, you'd choose satellite imagery for the latitudes and the environment that you'd be interested in. Also, the navigation widget on the left-hand side here would be far better if it was actually a maps-based widget like Google Maps. So you could pick a location there, and you'd have the zoom level that you're interested in for starters, and then be able to drive from that rather than having to find your own satellite image to work with. Also, the web app design is non-optimal. I've just put it together for just being purely a demonstration of concept. It could be finessed in a dozen ways for usability and clarity. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, and it's given some indication of the capability of AI components using freely available or open source tools, techniques, models and data sources to apply to real-world problem scenarios. In this case, using the off-the-shelf segmentation model for simple satellite imagery analysis to find similar related regions and calculate the areas of those regions and images. For example, finding standing water on an ice sheet, floodwater coverage, land usage. There are lots more examples along those lines. Thank you.